suspicious. Superbugs, destroy this Atlantic lyotic. Mutation, boolalung, boolalung, boolalung. Immune to kryptonite. Okay, shoopy. Today's debate topic is, should you use antibiotics? And the more dangerous and better question, should we use antibiotics? Let us start. The big debate. Not exactly the big debate books, but I'll just call it that. But first, some history. The Superbugs timeline. And Superbugs aren't bugs with red capes or can shoot laser eyes, or I guess eye, and isn't immune to kryptonite. And that is actually a good analogy that we'll be using later. In the year 1660, a Dutch merchant by the name Antony van Leeuwenhoek is the first one to actually see bacteria through a microscope. Wait, hang on a second. Not that type of microscope. Yes, that type of microscope. And he was looking at a sample of pond water where, with the help of his microscope, was teeming with life. Of course, you couldn't see viruses or atoms, as the wavelength of light is too big to see it. Unless you somehow shrink it, which is possible now. And then in the year 1870, a German scientist called Robert Koch actually proved that bacteria was the cause of some infections. In 1928, Scottish researcher Alexander Fleming, Google him up or listen to the rest of the video, accidentally discovers penicillin, or the first antibiotic. Mass production of penicillin actually started in 1943. In 1945, however, in a review in the New York Times, Fleming warns that misusing his penicillin could actually create a mutated and antibiotic-resistant version of the bacteria if you use it too much and rely on it too much. In 1961, the first methicillin, or MRSA for short, in the UK, which appears in Denmark in the year of 1961. In the year 1983, 18 people in the US are infected with the drug-resistant version of Salmonella. Oh, I'm right there. Salmonella, after eating beef from cows who were creating all those drug-resistant versions. But I like meat. I like beef, especially when it's cooked. In 2006, the EU bans the use of antibiotics for, animal growth. In 2009, this is gonna sound weird, and a whopping number of 14,500 tons of antibiotics have been sold to take care of livestock. What? And now it's time for the debate. Let's start with the pros. There are 3 points I have to make out for these. Should we use antibiotics? First of all, in my opinion, obviously, yes, we should use antibiotics for a lot of reasons. First of all, it can help us with battling the new bacteria, and all we need is a new version of the antibiotic, a more shinier and better version. The cost and time to make these new antibiotics is actually, in my opinion, worth it, obviously. I mean, it helps people out. It helps save people's lives. Don't you think that's worth it right now? And my third point is that it can help us in the use of a safe manner. When it's used in a safe manner, of course. If you use an overuse, it will already probably be resistant and may help make things that will turn against us, meaning super resistant and super strong. Well, antibiotics, bugs. Ugh, superbugs, I hate them. Well, what about the cons? On the con side, obviously, it will be a no. We shouldn't use antibiotics in their opinion. The antibiotics aren't being as helpful as it used to be, as mentioned in the pro section, because it's being unregulated and a lot of people are buying it and using it without, well, a lot of take caring stuff. A lot of people just use it because their doctor tells them to, but usually doctors even make mistakes and just give antibiotical treatments to treatments that shouldn't be used for antibiotics. Of course, they won't give you antibiotics for viruses. It only works on bacteria. The bacteria, it's just given the information it needs to make a better and better buffer version of its defense and immunity against it. If it used to be like this, if it used to look like this with scratches and stuff, it will probably, with that new information, be able to make it buff up. Like a little upgrade by we are basically telling them how to defeat this. Of course, science can never really eradicate superbugs. They're always going to be here, and they're always going to evolve into something that whatever research we gave them previously, it won't apply now. And that's a big problem. All I can say right now is that bacteria can actually, like superbug bacteria, can actually spread a pandemic. That would be OP, and that would exactly not be what everyone in the world would need. It's going to be the worst situation in the world if this happens, because we're already in a pandemic here. And that's all, the end. So, what do you think? Do you think we should use antibiotics? And if you should, do you think we need to make a new version? And if you think we don't and we shouldn't, could you tell me why? And if there's a different reason from one of the reasons I stated in this video, then please tell me why in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Schnan out. Peace.